Well, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox Share, on the show tonight. It's the one and only Bridgeman and Orlando. Evening, boys and girls.
Evening, Oxshare. Evening, Bridgeman. Evening, everyone. Hope you're all keeping well.
Can I say a huge good evening to you guys on the panel here? Big good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Big night tonight. Big night.
Yeah. We're getting close, Bridge, but with the night, Friday night, Saturday night, 3 more sleeps and
a couple of naps. Absolutely.
Yeah, how are you, Linda?
Yes, I'm very well, Ox. Yes, looking forward to a big game at the weekend. Can't wait. Really looking forward to it.
I see that video that Rangers put out today has been categorised. It was a 12, they've made it an 18 now. There's some scary scenes in it.
Oh, is that because there might be a certain panel member on it?
You never know. He'll be every Fox and we want a pie rise, Bridge.
Oh.
Actually, that's not a bad shout, is it, for him? He's not going to get it, but I don't have to Foxy, that's for sure.
I'm not just a radio star, I'm a video star now.
He might phone in.
He'll get his name tune, Radio Called the Video Star. What was that song? Video Called the Radio Star, wasn't it? Anyway. Oh, I'm glad I had my dinner earlier before I seen that, I'll tell you.
Oh.
But what a tune. We'll hear it at 9 o'clock. Brilliant. Right, Linda, a few things happen. Get your take on it, and then we'll have a wee word with Bridge, and we'll get these phone lines open. Bridgeman, all right with that?
No problem. Go for it, bud.
You're taking the last few days, Linda?
Well, thinking about thinking about the performance against Hibs, Ox, I think. Just before going to anything else, it was just obviously we played quite well in parts of the game, but scored a couple of great goals. But obviously, as you guys have said, hopefully we're looking for probably a better performance at the weekend. But I think that will be fine at the weekend, and I think the team will be up for it. In terms of Glenn Kamara, I just think it's been a really terrible time for Glenn, and obviously that goes without saying, and it's been an awful thing to happen to him. I don't know whether this is resolved now, or obviously there might be more to come in terms of any further action that might take place. I heard you guys talking about it last night, and I'm of the view that I don't think the punishment that Cadella got was severe enough. I think they missed a chance to actually really put out a statement there. They've gone for the minimum punishment, the 10 games, when I think they could have, really, made it a bit harsher. As I say, really made a statement. But as I say, hopefully for Kamara, he'll be able to maybe put it aside and start to focus on his football, because it must have affected him really badly.
Yeah, he did have a great game on Sunday, but we'll never know if that was mental or he just had a bad game, Linda, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Because I don't think at the weekend there was a lot of people that played brilliantly. I think, in terms of the actual performance itself, as I said, a couple of really great goals and some good moments from Aribo and Kent to get the goals, but I didn't think that we played particularly well defensively. And obviously Glenn plays an important part in that, because I think he gives Barisic quite a bit of cover on that left side, and I think Barisic was getting caught quite a bit, because I don't know if you guys thought that too. So I don't know. It's hard to judge whether it's had a really adverse effect on him, or whether it's just because the team have just went slightly off the boil. Because let's face it, we did win the league over a month ago now.
It seems a lifetime ago.
It does, doesn't it? I found myself watching back some of the wee videos of the celebrations and stuff.
Ridiculous a long time, isn't it? A ridiculous a long time.
In black and white, Linda.
Yeah. But that's 4 weeks, over 4 weeks, and I was saying last night, that sometimes when you read some of the statements and some people have been saying, you're going to follow, and you see some people said this or some people said that, and they hardly speak about the Rangers. I'm talking about the other side, they They hardly speak to the Rangers at all. It's as if that victory didn't happen. We never won the league. They're just carrying on as if it was nothing happened. And again, they've been doing that for the last 40 or 50 years now, that's for sure.
Agreed, Bridge, agreed.
It does seem a long time ago, but this is it now. This is we're back playing, if you like, competitive football. We had, if you a friendly against them, it meant nothing. We'd like to win it, of course, after we won the league, and then with the 2 European ties in between, and then we obviously the Cove Rangers game, which was a bit of a procession. So, well, stats are all right, Linda, but I think we all agreed that our form's just not been brilliant. But what a time to get it back when Sunday would be it.
Yeah, absolutely, Ox. And I mean, I don't know if what you guys thought about even just, you don't want to, cast back too much, but in terms of the Europa League game, I mean, I watched the Arsenal and the Slavia Prague game, and I'm not being complacent or, I don't want to be, see it through blue-tinted specs, but watching that game last week, I thought if we could play at our best, we would have probably been able to beat both of them. If we could have got through against Slavia and then obviously playing Arsenal. I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but unfortunately with those 2 games against Slavia, we just weren't at our best. And then obviously, as you say, the Old Firm game, we got a good result without playing particularly well. Cove Rangers, we upped our game, and then I think Sunday was a bit of a disappointment. But you're right, this is a major opportunity for us. I mean, you guys were saying last night what a season ender it would be if we could get all the way to the final.
Absolutely right. Sorry, Oxford.
No, on you go, Bridge.
I was saying they're just absolutely right that we obviously we want Rangers to go as far as we can in every competition to the end of the season, and we see how we go on. Take every game as it happens and go out there and do our best to win every single game. And we will be, if everything goes right for us, we will be such a big team at the end of this season. If we get through there and win all the games, just incredible. What a season. What a marvellous season. Nobody that follows the Rangers thought this would end up like this. Nobody.
No. 8 games to go, Linda, potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Win the 8 games, or even, I don't know, 7 games in a draw. Would you take that, Linda, if it meant winning the cup?
Yeah, I would, Ox. And there's even a part of me would take a defeat in the league if we could just get through in the cup. I think that the winning record is good and it would be great to achieve it. But I don't know about you guys, but I really, really want to win this Scottish Cup. The fact that we haven't won a cup under Gerrard, I know we were robbed in the League Cup final, but when you think about it, it's too long for us not to have won another domestic trophy. We all wanted the league, and that's been a massive achievement. It's already been a brilliant season when you think about the European run as well, but I really want us to get to the cup final. It would be so good to look forward to that.
I'm not allowed to mention icing on the top of the cake. It would be, I've been told to stop it because people are getting jealous. But thanks for the French fancies, Linda. Lovely.
I was just going to say that Port Bear isn't really cleared up after him either. There's quite a lot of crumbs about.
I've got to be honest with you. I've got to be
Port Bear?
That is him cleaned up. Yeah.
Wow.
What I find it hard to believe that any cake missed that mouth.
That's a bit severe, that.
What was it you were saying? Was it space cake? Somebody came on and said, I don't know, was that because he had you in his team?
Aye, that was Southside gear a bit tight. Aye. Quite right. I've got to say I agreed with Southside. Poor Port Bear, even when he's here, he's getting it tight.
Oh no, we're only kidding. We love you, really, Port.
Oh, he just laughs. He just busts out laughing all the time. What a boy. Where was I? I think you've summed it up nicely there, Linda. The cup's a priority, but we're greedy. If we win on Sunday, when we go to play St Johnstone next week, we'll want to beat them as well. We're greedy, aren't we?
Okay, we just want to win every game, Ox, and the team they've set up the season brilliantly. We can't complain at all, and it's been a brilliant season. But as you say, that would just top it all off if we could get let's get to the final. Let's get Sunday out the way, but let's get to the final, and it'd be fantastic.
All right, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I was speaking to Fox earlier on, and he was talking about Rangers players that had scored against Celtic on their debut. Potentially, what have we got? Maybe Scott Wright could make his debut.
Yeah.
Is Zunga and that, have they come on? Did they maybe come on at New Year?
I think Zunga was a come on as a substitute. I think he did,
Yeah.
He'd be the only one. Parsons played against him on but the people who scored against them on their debut, Derek Johnston, no, Old Firm debut,
Yeah.
Derek Johnston, Ali McCoist, Michael Moles,
Torrey Andre Flo,
Nigel Spackman.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Torrey Andre Flo, did you get that one?
Ronald de Boer.
Ronald de Boer, yeah.
Michael Arteta.
Wow.
Some big names in there,
Absolutely.
Pedro Mendes. What a goal that was, wasn't it?
Oh,
It was a superb goal. Absolutely superb goal. Did Van Bron, what was his name? Bert Konteman? No?
No, on his debut, mate.
No, on his debut, right, okay.
No, on his debut, mate, we lost 6. He's a different kind of debut, Bridge.
Yeah, absolutely. Was that, what was that? Was that with Martin O'Neill's? Was that the Martin?
You mean that?
And then next time we met them, we beat them 5-1.
Yeah, that's right.
Konteman. Enough said. Right, come on, give us a phone, give us your thoughts, give us your rituals. This, the crowd's not been in, must have upset a lot of Old Firm rituals, Linda,
Yeah, for sure. Even when you just think about things that you did with your family, on certain days, and if you didn't manage to get to the game, you always had certain things that you did. You spoke to certain people in the morning, you then decided where you were going to watch the game. It's a real shame. I heard Bridge saying that last night, the fact that if there had been fans in on Sunday, it would be unbelievable. It really would, but we'll just need to watch it in the television.
I know. I don't know if that's better or worse. I must admit, I don't know if it's. But,
I would rather be at the game, Ox. I don't know. It's been good watching the games, and we've got used to it, I think. But I've always been pretty rubbish at watching Rangers on the television. I would rather be there. I don't know. It's just obviously it goes without saying you would want to be there, but I've never really been very good at watching them on the TV, I'm afraid.
No, what are you like your 95-inch telly? Have you been enjoying it, Bridge?
95-inch. 95. Did I tell you I was actually up John Lewis and I asked, last time I was up there, I asked him what's their biggest telly they've got, and he says, we've got a 72-inch. 72-inch. I says, how much is it worth today? I can't tell you what he told me.
That's what I've got. That's what I've got.
Is that what you've got? On yourself, pal. Well done. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, I put it to the wife a couple of months ago when I was there. Of course, I got the cold shoulder. No want it. Anyway, we were saying, what was he asking me? I do apologise. Oh
we
my God!
Digress on that show,
Oh, I can't remember the question.
Is digress a polite talk? We talk some rubbish.
I was going to say that at that point there, we were talking about. I go when I'm at Ibrox, I always meet up with my cousins and good friends, So there's sometimes maybe 5 or 6s or meeting at a wee point, or if my young brothers come up, there's going to be a dozen Z's,
That's after you've left the bistro, of course.
Of course. Oh, absolutely. This is in the stadium, go and meet up, and sometimes we meet up before and then half time, but definitely every half time I go and meet them. And that's a kind of ritual with me, and I absolutely love it. I love I did love going to the bistro and hopefully bumping into people like Skipper and can't remember Crooks Ranger. Crooks Ranger's always he's always there. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
No,
What I
absolutely.
find about Skipper, I lovely, great guy, great sense of humour, lovely. He's great to meet. But every time you shake hands with him, you end up with less jewellery.
It's strange you'd say that. Strange you should say that. But you can expect a letter from Big Senger.
Yes.
For sure. Oh, I have to admit, Skipper is really, really good, and he always gives me sweeties. Oh dear, here a tube of Love Hearts. Away you go.
I don't know what he's doing, Kenny. Love Hearts about, but
Exactly. It's only it's the Thai. That's the Thai influence, and I'm telling you. Met his friends, the Thai people.
Less said about that, the better.
Oh, I tell you what, he gets upset.
I think he went for a Littlewoods catalogue, Skipper, and ended up with a different kind of catalogue.
Ox, can I ask you a wee question?
Yes,
If fans had been allowed in the stadium, would we have had to give them a certain number of seats then? Yes.
My understanding is for a Scottish Cup tie, it's 10 or 15%.
Right. Okay.
I've not checked that out, but so they would have ended up with what they had before.
The Broomlin, basically.
Aye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless there was some agreement struck between the two clubs or the police, but that's the rules. What's your view?
I don't know that. I can't remember the rules, but many moons ago it was 50-50. You had to give them 50%. I offered them 50%, and they couldn't. Some of them couldn't take it. Obviously, they couldn't fill it, and some of them wouldn't want to go up to Ibrox anyway. But that's why Rangers and Celtic. A lot of the time, Rangers and Celtic ended up at Hampden. And the police and everybody else was very happy with that, because there's your 50-50 here, or whatever it is, 40-40, and 20 to the SFA. Amazing stuff. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, not at all. No. Is the point you're making there, Linda, is what's the view on the Old Firm game with the, if you like, reduced away fans for both teams when we go there and when they come to us? What's your views on it? Is it the same game?
I think it obviously makes it slightly different in terms of the atmosphere. I do remember going to a Rangers Celtic match at Ibrox, and I was in the enclosure at the Broomlin Road end. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like actually where I was that time, Ox, because you were right beside the Celtic fans at the away end. And it was very poisonous. And I'm not saying I didn't feel safe, but I just didn't like it. But I do think it detracts a bit from the atmosphere in terms of just the intensity of it. And I'm sure I've only ever been to an away game at Parkhead, and it was a long time ago. It was when they used to get, a lot more tickets. But I know that people that go say that it's detracting from the occasion at Parkhead as well. So I can understand why Rangers did it, but I do think that it does detract a wee bit from the actual atmosphere.
When they've won Ibrox, I've been happy there's none of them there, but when we've won, I wish there was better of them there.
I think there's I think what you're saying is absolutely right there, Oxia. It's that type of feeling you get. You want to rub it into every single one of them if you could. But I actually don't want any of them in your stadium. I would go the whole way. I'd just say no. But obviously I don't want to break up the Rangers following, the away fans particularly. So I'm keeping my mouth shut and absolutely non-committal. But if it was me, I would go the whole way. I would have said to Dave King, just stop it. When we did it before, we under Souness. We didn't allow any Celtic fans into the stadium because of some damage or something like that, but of course, I understand the passions. I understand.
What's your view for taking the emotion out of Bridge? What's your view on the actual spectacle with the away fans?
For me, if I'm at Ibrox watching that, there's no difference. It's just four Rangers ends. That's basically it for me. Mm-hmm. And I don't see any problem. We're not going to jump on the park and do any damage to anyone, the fans are. And we've been beaten by them at Ibrox, so I'm under no illusions. But the truth is, I would rather the whole game, I would rather the Old Firm, unless it's at Hampden or another sort of neutral park. I don't want this. I don't want the Broomloan ever to be full again, full of their fans. I just don't want it.
Understand that, but I think it has, my main view on it is it has took away from the if you like, the uniqueness of the occasion. People have their own thoughts, and it'd be interesting to hear people's thoughts. Is it the same game? Well, has it been the same game without no fans? My answer would be no. I think the last game was pretty much a training session.
Yeah. I would agree, because obviously it was a case of we desperately wanted, we wanted to win the game. They just were, obviously didn't want to lose it. They were probably, their fans. I don't know what expectation there was. But the best thing about that game was that we managed to get the draw without playing particularly well, and also for Alfie to break his Old Firm duck, and get the goal. I mean, that was probably the best thing that came out of the game. And we obviously kept our unbeaten run, on track. So, but yeah, it didn't really have a feel about it at all, Ox. And if the fans had been there, even though the league was won, there would still have been a brilliant atmosphere, because it is an Old Firm game.
But many moons ago, when with the old stadiums. Mm-hmm. And you had the Celtic end at Ibrox and you had the Rangers end at Celtic Park, and those were the full ends. But that was given to the club, and there was a certain amount of stand as well available to you. But these things happened. That's the way it was, and there was none of the animosity that you get now. It just wasn't there. It brought somewhere along the line when these changes happened, it brought a lot of animosity in, and obviously hatred is stirred up and all that nonsense, But that's what I feel anyway, So when we went to Parkhead, many times we stood at Parkhead, nearly always been raining, remember my opinion. And you're standing there, and you've got the whole of the Celtic end in a big stadium, and it's marvellous, just marvellous. And that's why they like going to Ibrox under the situation at Ibrox, because they get the whole end. I don't know how many thousand was in the Rangers end before, or the Celtic end before Ibrox, but what is it, 7,000 or 8,000 in that stand at Broomloan?
Roughly, Bridge.
I'm saying just for rough figures. Well, that's what we would have got before in the old state, in the old terraces. You get 8,000 or something like that, so close to maybe even 10. I'm not arguing about the number. I'm just meaning that we did it before many times in the past. It was expected to be like that. That's the way it was. Apart from cup games when it was maybe at Hampden, you bet over 100,000 people split down the middle, if you follow what I mean,
Yeah, for me it's too. Some of the uniqueness of the occasion of Waylander, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I suppose some Rangers fans will think, well, if it enables us, more of us, to get into the stadium, our stadium, when we're playing them, a lot of fans will probably be quite happy with that, Ox. But yeah, the uniqueness of the occasion, because there isn't an atmosphere like it. I think there's obviously big derbies all over the world, but you always just hear people talking about the uniqueness of the Old Firm game, and there isn't a game like it in terms of the rivalry, the history. And I hate to say it, but there is an extreme dislike between both sets of fans. So it does take away a bit of the uniqueness. But if it means that more of us get in, I can see why people are quite happy with the situation.
I get that, Linda. I get that. But I'm just saying, in my view, and it's only my view, it's took away for the uniqueness. I would have took the Broomloan and stand off them. I think that was part of the problem. And they were getting prime seats, and we were getting stuck in a corner with a restricted view.
Yeah.
That was part of the issue as well,
Well, that's sorry.
But we'll see. We'll see what it takes. Is it what has happened now? We'll just need to get used to it. And when you're there, we 850, and we've won there a couple of times now. So since Stevie G's come in, so the pendulum's swinging. Hopefully, it stays swung on Sunday, Linda.
Yeah, and when you think about, as you say, since Stevie came in, we've actually we've ran them close in most games, even the ones that we haven't managed to win. Ox, we've talked about this before. You think about his first season, even at Parkhead, we lost the first game 1-0, didn't we? And I think there was maybe a foul in the build-up to their goal. And the 2-1 game, I think when Kent scored our goal, we really should have probably even won that game too. So the games have been relatively close, but I'm hoping for a similar performance to the first Old Firm game this season when we won 2-0 and we really played so much better than them and controlled the game and got the 2-0 win. And, that's the sort of performance hopefully we'll see on Sunday from us.
Yep. Hope so. If I'm being really honest with you, Linda, don't tell anybody this, but I don't care how we perform as long as we win.
Exactly. It's only 3 points now, isn't it, really? But I'm old hand. I'm an old hand at this, so the uniqueness of the Celtic Rangers games and the Rangers Celtic games, wherever they were played, it was a 50-50 in our minds, and we took enough fans to drive it forward for us, and they brought enough fans to us to drive it there forward for them, and they were. I'm not saying they were over the moon, but that was it ended up that was a uniqueness. Whereas before, it was a 50-50 stadium. I think it only changed in the 60s. I think only changed. It's quite incredible, But yeah, Rangers and Celtic atmosphere is second to none for sure. Second to none.
Talking about guys who like an atmosphere, we've been joined by not Ross Abbott, but Albert. How we doing, Albert?
How you doing, guys? How you all doing?
Hi, Albert.
Hi, Albert.
He's good.
Good,
Yeah,
mate.
fine.
Good. You?
Brilliant, pal.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm with Bridge, mate. I wouldn't let them in. They're clatty. They're absolutely clatty. I wouldn't let any of them in. I'm sick of getting a deep clean after we play them. You know what I mean? In the Ibrox, they're minging. Even their own mob are telling them they're minging. You know what I mean? So they're even getting letters for their own club to tell them go and have a wash. So nah, no for me. Stinking. Keep them out. I was going to talk about, if you don't mind, about the Kamara carry on.
Yeah, Albert. We'll carry on, mate.
I don't think what UEFA have done has went far enough. I think everybody agrees on that. What should have happened is that boy should have been sin-died for all UEFA competitions, including the European Championships. That would send a clear message out to any other player out there who's going to racially abuse anybody on a football part especially. Not tolerated. You won't play in your competitions if you act like that. It's as simple as that, guys. I'm sorry. His FA should take action against him as well for bringing their whole game, the Czech game, into disrepute. It's as simple as that. If you're truly going to take action on these things, it should be done to that extreme extent, because it's never going to change. And I heard Port there saying it's never going to change completely. He's probably right on that. I hate to say it, but he's probably right. But I'm now thinking it's outside now of football. The black players should actually take this into their own hands now. They should disregard the authorities who run the games, both in their countries and in UEFA and FIFA, because they're not going to protect them. It's not going to happen. So I'm saying that the black players should actually form their own union now and take this outside of football and say, look, we're not putting up with this any longer. If they want action to be taken, they need to do it themselves, because nobody's there to protect them. They're just going to continually get racially abused all the time, and nothing's going to happen. Nothing. As Big Connor Goldston said, all these Black Lives Matter, kick racism out, show racism the red card, that fair and nil by mouth, all that brigade, they're all hopeless. It's all just lip service they're paying. They're not truly wanting to eradicate this. As UEFA have shown by banning Glenn Kamara, what they've basically said to Glenn Kamara is, you just sit there and get racial abuse, son, and don't you say anything, and don't lift your hands, and don't do anything. Well, no, that's not good enough. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not condoning violence. Don't think I'm off for a minute. But at the end of the day, there was one guy get racially abused. There was one guy get abused, let's just say, and it was Kamara. What that mob tried to do is drag in.
Can I just interrupt you for 1 minute? Well, just to let you
go
know,
for it.
You a wee bit. The Black players have took it into their own hands tonight. The Arsenal are 3-0 up, and it's 3 Black players that have scored.
I know, I'm watching it, mate. I'm watching it as I'm talking to you. They're actually slaughtering the racism. So there's a step in the right direction. It should be 4-0. They get 1 goal disallowed as well for offside, which was debatable. But anyway, so for my mind, the Black players should have a union. Now, if the current PFA, it's the PFA, the Players' Union, is that right? Is it PFA they call that? Or I'm not sure what they call it. But anyway, of each country should then engage with the Black Players' Union to say, we'll support you. But at the moment, that's talking about taking players and taking teams off parts. The Black players should actually refuse to play in their tournaments now till they get this sorted out. Because it's not right, by the way. If they don't do it now, it's never going to change. So if you start wrecking their tournaments, all UEFA and FIFA are interested in, all they're interested in is their corporate image. That's all they're interested in making money for their own competitions. That's all it is. Now, everything else is second to them. It's and racism, that comes way down the pecking order. That Czech mob should be kicked out of football as well to say, no, if your country's going to act like this, well, we don't want you in the tournaments. You've got to clean your act up. You've got to stop this. And it's social media as well. That's a difficult one, isn't it? But it's simple. Somebody's already pointed out there are solutions to this, the social media one. If these people are not registering addresses and can be contacted for further action against any comments, they shouldn't be allowed to be posting them. They should just stop them and ban them right away. It really is, mate. It's not right that they're hiding behind this VPNs and all that and saying, oh, we can't find their IP addresses. But that's a load of nonsense. If they truly wanted to stop this, they would stop it, especially on social media. But for a guy to get racially abused in broad daylight, I know it was an evening, but in broad daylight, with thousands and millions of people sitting in their homes watching it and get people at the game, and then everybody to start arguing about the guy who got abused, that's not right. Simply not right. Now that clown's out, an apology to Kamara the day saying, oh, sorry, I approached you. But he's not admitting he'd racially abused the guys. Now everybody at that game, especially in Ibrox, knew he'd done it, especially the players. There's the Black players, the Slava Prague. That's what I'm calling them, a Slava, right? They're slabbery, that mob. They themselves should need to have a look in the mirror and say, look, if he's done that, I'm refusing to play with this guy. I'm no entertaining this clown. That's what should be happening here now. If you truly want to stamp racism out, the Black players need to take it in their own hands now. And I'm totally supporting them every day because it's got to go to their union. They must have a place to air their grievances, and they need to have a voice. That's the most important thing. They need to have a voice that's going to be listened to, and at the moment they're not being listened to. Sorry, guys, that's my rant. That's my rant.
I don't think I've heard anything for the Scottish Players' Union with the Kamara thing. Fraser Bishop, not heard a thing.
Exactly. So the Black players have got to do it themselves. They've got to form their own union. They've got to have a voice, and that union has got to show some bottle and some muscle and say, if you're not going to support us, well, we're going to withdraw these talented young players and older players, obviously, for playing in we're going to ruin your competitions. And the white players should be backing them up and saying, we'll back you up in this. We'll back you up. And that's the only time they're actually going to listen, when you actually ruin their tournaments, because that's all it matters to them.
Can I come in just a minute there, August? Yeah. I have to say 100% agree with Albert on that. I'll maintain now, as far as I'm concerned, it should have been at least a year. At least a year. That could have been easily 24 months, and then he'd maybe let the guy back in again, if they wanted to do it that way. but no 10 games. If you look at it,
you see this, Bridge, see the year, this time, it doesn't work in European football. Because the only time that'll work if the team he's playing for keeps getting put out in the first round, and then that'll extend. Like this 10 game ban could go to 5 years if they get put out in every round. But if they get through qualifiers, they could be done before they even hit the second round of the competition, or before they even hit the group stages.
Absolutely, but that's what I'm meaning.
So a year, time scale wise is no in it. It's sin died for every competition, including the European Championships.
Whatever way they want to do it, that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't be playing football at all.
Okay,
for at least 1 year from now.
We'll move away, Bridge and Albert. Or these pieces, and I just want to say, Albert, one thing I still can't get my head around with the whole incident. His motivation, that guy. The game was done.
Well, that's going to tell you it's got nothing to do with football. It's got everything to do with his views in life. That's what that says to me, because he's walked to him, well, as you've pointed out, the game's done. They're 2-0 up or 1-0 up, whatever it is. There's a couple of minutes to go. We're down to 9 men. They're 2-0. They're down to 9 men. There is nothing to gain out of this, apart from venting your own sick views in life, basically. That's all he was doing there. So that in itself makes it even worse. Because that's not even under emotion. You can't say, he's emotion and we're running high and it was a football game and it's intent. And that's not an acceptable excuse. No excuse is acceptable. But the bottom line is, that's not what happened there. He walked maybe 40 yards over to Glenn Kamara and done what he done. And that was cold-hearted hatred, by the way. Cold-hearted hatred towards black people. That's what that was.
Yeah, there's definitely a problem in that part of Europe, isn't there? Big problem,
Yeah.
Linda,
well, why is UEFA allowing them to participate in the tournament? Sorry, Linda.
It's okay.
That's a valid point, Albert, because what I will say is it's the first time that UEFA have done anything for player on player. I didn't realise that till yesterday. They haven't acted before. I didn't know that.
That's a disgrace.
You're right, it's not the first time though that particular club's been involved in these types of incidents. As far as I'm aware, in terms of what I've been reading. But Albert, what you were saying about it not being enough of a punishment, I actually think a lot of people do actually share that view in reading, and it's not just us fans, it's all fans are saying it. Journalists are saying it, even pundits, that the punishment is nowhere near severe enough. And I agree with you, Albert. I think that, as I said earlier, I think they missed a chance, Albert, to just make a complete statement on this. Because you're right, all these campaigns, although they've got the best intentions of having them, they're not working. But their UEFA had an absolute brilliant opportunity to actually put their mark down and just say to him, we're not standing for this. But they never. They gave the minimum punishment, which was unbelievably disappointing. And goodness knows how Glenn Kamara must feel about that, the fact that he's been banned for those 3 games as well. It's just ridiculous.
You've got to respect the black players when they come out and tell you that, see the Black Lives Matter and the show racism's a red card and all the campaigns that's been going on for years, they're not making any difference. Now, it's all right us saying it, we're all right, that's fine for us to say it, but if the black players come out and actually telling you this now and you've got to listen. You've got to listen and sit and listen to the black players and say, they're not happy. They're not happy the way they're getting treated. They're not happy the way people are taking this forward. It's got to change. And I think it's the black players themselves that will go to do it, because they've gave every chance for the governing bodies to address this. They've given them every chance and nothing's happened. Absolutely nothing's happened. And nothing's going to happen.
Can I ask a question? Just to say, what has the SFA done or said? Have they commented on this at all? Because they should be supporting. He's a player in this country. They should be supporting that all the way along the line, right through to UEFA. And I don't know what they're doing.
But you know who referee. I wouldn't put them in charge of snakes and ladders board. No, I mean they're hopeless. They're just absolutely hopeless. They never get nothing right. They're absolutely ridiculous. They're blindsided by hatred for one club, and they've ran the game in that manner for the last 10 years, if no longer. But anyway, it's disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful what they got up to. So I don't expect them to do anything, apart from coming out and giving it lip service as usual. But lip service time is done, guys. It's done. If we truly want to eradicate racism for football, you need to start showing action. Forget about all this nuancing about and messing about with this red carry on and all that nonsense. It's done. We've had a go at all that. We've had a go at the T-shirts. We've had a go at the card. We've had a go at the phrases and it's all done now. It's finished. That there was blatant. Right, you've seen it. You've seen the ugly side of racism right in your living rooms. You actually seen it there, and still they'll do nothing about it. Well, you're not going to do anything about it. The black players should do something about it.
I think one of them did.
Well, but I'm not condoning violence at all, because I'm not saying start out and being violent to anybody or anything like that, or vandalise or any of that nonsense. I'm not into that, but I'm into a powerful voice. Be organised. Have a strong union, and approach the unions of the existing unions that are there for the players to garner their support for any action that they're going to be taking. Now, if the black players decide that we're not playing in your tournaments, the white players could quite easily say, we support them 100% and we're not playing it either till we get this sorted out. If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. That's my opinion on it anyway. Maybe I'm a bit too strong. Maybe I'm not strong enough. I don't know.
There's sense in direct action. If you feel that strongly, but it always is, mate. Always is. But look, I'm sure it's a story that's going to run and maybe a wee bit of cameras took place tonight, but in the football field. But
what was really annoying me, mate, is see the bus stop in the tunnel and the Kamar roof. I mean that Prague have tried to wrap all into one big bundle aye, but then you've got the pundits, you've got that Michael Stewart, you've got Brazil today, you've got that Sutton, and you've also got that. What was the other one? There was another one out slavering their mouth about nonsense, absolute nonsense, by the way. And you're saying, we're talking about Kamar Roof, that ban wasn't enough, that wasn't enough. It was a pure accident, there was no more in it. He should have been red carded, but it was an accident. They're talking about, he should have done that. Well, if you look at it, what I'm led to believe is Kamara get 5 games and then get reduced, and Roof get 4 games. So look, we get 2 players, 9-game bans between them in that match. Well, and that guy racially abused one of the players and gets 10. That doesn't make sense. That's complete and utter stupidity. I'm looking at that and saying, no, there's something not right here. There's something stinks to high heaven here. I'll be honest with you, mate. I think UEFA's full of racists themselves and their higher echelons. I really do. Because there's no way, if they were truly against racism, they would have done what they've done today, or yesterday, or whenever it is, the other day they've done it. But they're kidding themselves on.
I think the Kamar Roof one, you're right. Nobody argued. I don't think anybody did at the time that it was the red card, Linda. It was just one of these unfortunate things that happened.
Yeah, and one of the papers. Yeah, absolutely, Ox. And one of the papers had a picture of the incident today, and it was blown up. And obviously, his foot's really high, and it was probably endangering an opponent is obviously the term that they use. And I think that's an automatic 2-match ban. But what they seem to have done is they also take into consideration what's happened in terms of the effect on that opponent. And because it was a really bad injury, that's why I think my understanding is they've lumped on the other 2 games. But Kamar Roof was an honest challenge. I mean, you can see that he
got to the ball first for memory, Linda.
Aye, and I know, like you guys were saying as well, what if he'd actually connected with the ball and he'd knocked the ball into the net? But in terms of what Albert saying with these pundits, they're wanting, more punishment for Kamar Roof, and they're going on about it. That's absolutely ridiculous. And, it's really awful, the fact that Glenn Kamara's got the 3-match ban too. I can't get my head around that. And
devil's in the detail. The devil's in the detail.
They only want more punishment for the Rangers players. That's what they want. Punishment for the Rangers players.
See, Linda, what's happening here is these pundits, your Brazils, it was Alan Ruff I was trying to remember. Right. These guys, it's their hatred for Rangers. Their hatred for Rangers outweighs their hatred for racism. That's what annoys me about this. The big thing in that game was the racist remarks made to Glenn Kamara. Now, that's a big thing. They're just jumping into oh, Kemar Roofe. You've been it. The guy went in for a ball, won the ball, and it was an accident. He never meant to hurt a fellow professional. That's a fact of life. That's true. Unless you're a Rangers hater and start seeing it the way you want to see it, you go, right, come on, get a grip. Now, if he went in there, and I'm quite happy and quite sure that if Kemar Roofe went in there to help that goalkeeper on this radio programme, Rangers Radio, who I consider to be reasonably honest and fair, okay, we have our views that a lot of people might not like, but we're reasonably honest and fair. I think we'd have slaughtered the guy when he went in there to hurt him. We'd have said it. We wouldn't have hid behind any nonsense about he's a Rangers player, we're going to put it. If he's going in there to hurt a player like that, he should get lambasted. But he didn't. That was a pure accident. Mm-hmm. Sorry, guys, I'm away again.
That's how he's waited for the 94 in that you've been on, Linda, because me and Bridge have never been called honest or fair before.
Shocker, isn't it?
Well, Linda brings a bit of credibility.
Oh, thanks, Albert.
You two have got previous.
That's shocking, by the way. That's shocking.
Oh, dear. One of his cases gets suspended, Albert Bridgman's. Because his previous convictions took that long to read out.
I love it, pal.
The judge said, you're him. Right, aye. It's a very emotive subject. For me, it was a red card for Kemar Roofe. 2-game ban, you move on. It's to wrap that up in the same subject as their cowardly individual is cowards herself, Linda.
It's despicable.
The pundits, your Alan Ruffs, your Michael Stewart's, you should all be called out for it, yeah?
Yeah, I would agree, totally agree. And for Slavia Prague themselves, they tried to just deflect from the real incident that should have been talked about in the match. They tried to deflect from that by emphasising what happened to their goalie and also this alleged assault in the tunnel. It was basically to take the spotlight off their player, the coward that he is and was in the night as well. But the thing about the pundits, I agree with Albert, it's just this thing about Rangers. If it wasn't any other club, if it was another club, they wouldn't have taken the same approach. I don't think they would, the pundits, and it's just the truth. Honestly, I firmly believe that.
If it wasn't the Rangers, there'd been no interest from them. No interest whatsoever. Only Rangers. And the negative side of it.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. You're spot on.
Are you alright, Albert? Is that tablet kicked in yet?
Yep, that's me settled in now. That's me empty. That's me back to an empty vessel.
What did they say about empty vessels, Linda?
Oh,
they make the what?
They're good for carrying water.
Aye. Or maybe the best thing for carrying water.
That's true. Anyway, the Old Firm game, I definitely.
What are you thinking?
My rant on Sunday about the game on Sunday is about desire, fight and desire. It's not how to do with performances, it's fight and desire I'm looking for. And I didn't see it on Sunday. I seen a shower of guys with Hawaiian shirts and flip-flops on, and I'm not happy with that. I'm no get a grip, guys. They done well, they won the game. I'm not arguing about that. They scored 2 really good goals. Happy with all that. But you're going to need fight and desire for now to the end of the season. Sheer determination to win. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm looking for on Sunday. And I'm telling you right now, the best case scenario for us is 8 wins for the rest of the season. Then you get your goals, the icing on the cake, as it were. I know I'm not to mention icing on the cake, but anyway, 4 draws and 4 wins also gets you the same thing. Mm-hmm. So it depends. It depends what way you want to go about it, how much pressure you want to put on yourself to achieve what you want to achieve. But you're not going to get any of it if you've not got fight and desire and determination to do it. And that's what's required for 8 games now. Real fight and determination. Now this is going to tell you a lot about character now. We already know they're good football players. We all know they're a really special team. But this bit now, the run-in now, is the character bit. This is the real bit. This is what I want to see. I think they've got it. I think they'll get it. I think they'll get their desire back. Because, to be fair to them, it's really difficult when you're not getting any games to prove it. I mean, we went about 5 games or 4 weeks, 5 weeks with practically no playing. So that bit, you've got to cut them a bit of slack and say, that's got to have effect. I never liked Rangers with a week off and all that carry on, or 2 weeks off. I never think we play well for them. We get right off the boil and it takes us maybe 2-3 games to come back up to speed again. So I'm hoping that's what's happened here. And I hope the Cove game and the Hibs game has put the fire back in their belly again, and we'll see it on Sunday.
I hope some of the tribe coming out for across the city will drive them forward, you know. They can't even lose the league with dignity, can they?
Oh, I mean, that's just chest beating and howling at the moon in it. That's just nonsense getting taught to. He's not trying to tell that to affect us. He's trying to get them wound up. He knows he's in trouble. He knows they're in trouble, and he's going, I need to do something to try and get them. I'll pander to their egos and tell them they're the best team in Scotland. But he knows fine well in his heart of hearts they're no. I'll tell them this, I'll tell them that. We come out with these silly, stupid statements. He's also trying to get to sell a job. Let's not kid ourselves on. He's wanting the job. That's basically he's wanting. And I hope they listen to him and I hope they give him it, because he's a big clown with a big, huge nose. Anybody with a big, huge nose is funny to me, you know what I mean? So he's just got a big, huge nose.
That's a shocker you are tonight, boy. That's funny, right?
You can't abuse people with big noses.
That's foxes, big noses.
Foxes get quite a big bulk. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's a Rangers supporter. That's all right.
Somebody's shouting in there called Snozzle Durant.
I remember that on my piano.
That was pretty good, Albert.
But it is a big nose, isn't it? I mean, I'm not lying there. It is a big nose.
That was better than James from Tennessee. That was only one line.
He's a million times better than James from Tennessee. Come on.
He's not. James from Tennessee is not a bad dancer, I've heard. Give him something. Anyway, so what are we talking about?
Desire.
Oh, my team.
Big Stevie, the video stars, just sent a message. Albert got on well with Myra Hindley. I said, how? He said, the two of them are moaning all the time, he said.
It's not a moan. I'm not moaning. I'm happy. I'm really happy. This is bad. Well, I don't sound happy, but I'm happy.
Imagine having a bad mood, Bridge.
Oh, no. Oh, you don't want to see me in a bad mood? Oh, that's no good. That isn't good.
You mean you haven't been in a bad mood?
No. Not yet. You'll know the difference. Trust me, you'll know the difference.
Marvellous.
You're known for your happy-go-luckiness on here, aren't you, Linda?
Oh, guys, that's absolutely fine. I agree with everything he said there. Absolutely. I think you're right, Albert, about this whole thing. We're better when we've got just game after game. You know, when certain periods of the season there, when we didn't have the Europa League midweek games, you know, we maybe went off the boil a wee bit. So I would agree with you on that. And the thing about the determination and desire, Sunday's definitely about getting the result. I know that, but we're going to definitely have to show those two qualities to even just get a result. You know, even if it is a 1-0 or a 2-1, we really need to up our performance. I definitely agree with that.
Aye, I think in the practicality and the heat of the battle, we accept we want to improve the performance. But Albert, as you've said a million times, if we put on the same performance in last week and got the same result,
excellent.
10-5, we'll not be unhappy, will we?
No, as I'm saying, the performance is no the thing that I might say performance, but it's no performance that I'm meaning. It's sheer will and grit and determination and will to win that I'm looking for.
It was a training session, mate. There was players on there. We had about 4 players who just, they weren't at the races, were they?
No, and it's understandable on the fact that they never played for a long time, or as such, never played for 4 weeks. I know the other teams are the exact same as us. I mean, we're not unique, but it seems to affect us differently. I don't know why we sort of... Well, put it this way, when they're playing Rangers. When we're playing, we're not playing Rangers. We are Rangers. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between what you play these teams who have got the same rest period as we had. They look faster and fitter and more determined. But where we go, we've got, we're playing Hibs, big deal. We're playing Cove Rangers, what we do. That's a really exciting game to get up for. I'm talking about the players' attitudes now. It's hard for them. But now they've got 8 games that they've got really, really something to play for now. They're getting that close to what they want to achieve this season. They've achieved the big thing, don't get me wrong, and nobody can take that away from them. And that's a well done, lads. Pat yourself on the back. But if you really want to finish this off, there's great games. Go and do it. It's there in front of you.
Few complaints.
I was going to give you my team for Sunday.
Few complaints about the big nose. Big Stevie's come in and says you could pick his nose with a boxing glove on.
Oh, no.
But Stevie's all right, I'm telling you. But Rangers' big noses are fine. They're fine. They're no funny. They're all right. It's just that the scum across the city who shouldn't have big noses.
Fox is a way measuring his to see if it technically comes under a big nose. I think it does, Fox. I'm sorry, mate.
And it's a technical fit, is it?
I feel sorry for Kennedy, I know, by the way, because that's stinking that place and he's got a giant nose. What's it like for him in game days? You know what I mean? When they're all in there, it must be stinking for him.
I never really feel sorry for any of the Kennedys, if I'm being honest. You know, but right, give us your team. I'm listening.
Basically, we the ones: McGregor, Patterson, Goldson, Helander, Barisic, midfielder, Kamara, Davis, Arfield, up front, Kent, Morelos, and Rebo.
Exact same as me, mate. Exact same as me.
Aye, I think we need Arfield in there. No, at the moment. No, I think that. No, but he's an impact player. I told you, he's a moments player. But same as Itten, the same as Wright. I mean, they 3 players are no ready to hold down first team places, no first picks. They 3 players, they will be one day, but they're not ready yet. So they're all impact players. They 3 are impact players, and I would leave them for later on and bring them on then. Especially Wright, because the boy's just not ready yet. He's a good player. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but he's not ready for the first team yet. No, as a starter. But again, Gerrard might throw a curveball. He likes to throw a curveball, doesn't he?
Aye, mate. I mean, the fact that Brandon Barker's played it, he started one game and came on as sub as another. It's just that'll be a trivial question for years to come. What was the team when we beat him 2-0 at Park Eden? Brandon Barker, but the guy that nobody will get, will he? No,
he's one of there's somebody else, but I can't remember who it is. He's one of the 8 players, isn't he? He's going to, once he's away from Ibrox, he's going to be instantly forgettable, isn't
he? He's back. He's injured. He's been sent back.
Aye, I've seen that.
I think he's done his hamstring. No?
I must have been running off the part. I wouldn't be running on the part.
Uh-huh. Right, okay. We've got a wee treat coming up. Rangers put some content out today. I think it went to my Just members by email, but there's a video and there's a tune, and it's a version of a Rangers song. And if you've not seen it, please have a look. I'll not tell you who's in it, but there's one of the Rangers radio panel in the video. But it's a great version of a tune, so get yourself on mute and let's hear it.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, whose times they have been hard. We'll follow near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands at Ibrox Park. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
What a version. What a version.
What
Do you
a
enjoy
tune.
that, Bridge? No. You enjoy that, Linda?
Oh, that's fantastic, Ox. It just makes you want to be back in the stadium.
Aye, it's-
Absolutely. Yes. Whoa. Absolutely wonderful song. Well done.
I've had a few messages. No, it wasn't James from Tennessee singing it. But aye. Gets the old battle fever up, all bear.
Aye, mate, I was smashing. That was great. I must tap the line with my slippers there. It was good. If I'd a dog, I'd have kicked it.
You need to get any slippers, mate.
I know I need to go to this house. Telling you.
Oh dear. Right, where are we? Right, so you gave us your team. Linda, we've not your team. Let's hear your team.
Well, believe it or not, it's the same team as you and Albert. I've got Arfield in the
Well,
the
people have
midfield.
said you're a wise woman. I've always argued against it, but I've got to give in now.
Yeah, I've got Arfield in the midfield and pushing Joe Aribo up one because I think in the bigger games he's better up front, Ox. And I know Arfield's not been in brilliant form, but, you know, he does sometimes, you know, turn up in the games against Celtic as well.
Plus,
But
if
we'll
he
need
does,
him
if he does score, they hate that salute, didn't they?
to- Oh, I know. They hate him. They said they didn't want that wee guy for the East Coast to salute his way to 55, and that's exactly what he did. So brilliant.
If everybody would stand up, please, and salute, we've been joined by greatness itself. How we doing, big man?
How are you people, all right?
Well, it's people. We just people now.
I'm actually want to see who, if you've got a number for anybody, can get me royalties, you know.
Oh.
Oh, my phone rang off a hook today. Do you know you're on the new video? Do you know you're on the new video? I says, of course I do. It was all planned. Oh, no, I didn't. It was quite good, man. I was proud as anything when me and Dwayne were walking down the Copeland Road just into the start. It was absolutely brilliant, man. But anyway, I'm going to tell Albert, by the way, there's everything you've said, you're totally right. And I like the way there's no middleman about you. You just get straight to the bone and you say it how it is. And if punters would start listening, but unfortunately we've got the SFA and the SPFL. I mean, come on, man, but Marine people can't support us, you know, what chance have we got going further afield? But listen, everything you've said, you're more or less, 100% right in my eyes. And my team's the exact same as your Ox's and yourselves team. But I think the boy right. I'd love them to do something different this Sunday because they'll know their tactics if we keep it to the same formation. I'd love to see them maybe go on a 4-4-2 and maybe try something different, but I don't think he will. But no, I can only agree.
We'll cut across you, Stevie. We've been joined by Andy Russell from New Zealand. How we doing, Andy?
Hey, man. All right.
How we doing, mate?
Hey, yeah, am I on the radio?
Yeah, you're on, Andy.
Hold on. Oh, I've still got the TV on.
Oh,
Hey,
right,
I was just wondering why the games is the game on Sunday at 4:00 your time?
3 o'clock your time.
3 o'clock. Oh,
Yes.
right. Okay. That's all good. Yeah, well, and that's on Sunday, so that's all good because I've got the day off on Monday, so I'll be trying to
days.
watch it somewhere.
Happy
Hey?
days. Happy days.
Happy days, all right. I just hope we get the good result.
Here. How you been? Everybody safe in your world, Andy?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's raining here, which is a bit of a bummer.
Oh, I believe there was a sunshine and no clouds on the west coast of Scotland today. Is that right? Albert?
Right, and that's more unusual than the way the New Zealand will tell you.
Oh, you know the story. As soon as I put my washing out, it pisses down, mate.
Yeah, when Big Stevie went home, there's always a ray of sunshine in his house.
Yeah.
Oh,
well.
Yes,
you
mate.
you can tell when the sun's out in the west. Then I drove by Jimmy's the day and he's mankini on cutting the grass.
I just hope he
That's
didn't get
just-
his... I just
That's
hope he
just
didn't get
scared
his...
me now.
I hope he didn't get his strummer out.
Aye.
That's just scared me, Steve. That's just put an image in my head now. That's just scared me
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I'm not getting
Did you not
sleep
take a
tonight.
photo, Stevie? Did you not take a photo?
Oh, Bridgeman, I'll tell you what it was. They had black gloves on and black socks and they looked like the 5 of spades.
Oh, brilliant.
I don't think you're allowed to say that, Stevie.
Oh, dear.
Ooh! Ooh! You'll be banned for 10 matches.
Oh, Jimmy. He's on the morning night. He'll be gunning for you, big man.
Oh, my God. And by the way, he was trimming his bushes down and he was covered in sticky lilies. You might see that place down there, honestly. There's disgrace. The only thing decent about his gardens is orange lilies.
Oh, some man. Andy, so how's things?
Hold on. I'm just putting the porridge out, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock here. So
Yeah.
are we? What time is it there?
It's just after 9, mate.
Oh, okay. So we're
11 hours.
we're
in front,
11 ahead. Yeah.
We're up
Yeah,
at 2 in the morning. Up at 2 in the morning your time, yeah? The game will kick off.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not on the telly. Yeah, it's not in the pubs out here, eh? I have to go to a mate's place and watch it.
Right, okay, you're lucky the pubs are not opened here yet.
Oh, that's right. I try not to mention that to not piss you guys off, you know. But that's what happens, eh?
Nothing's changed for Bridgeman because, well, he doesn't buy around in the room.
Shocker. What a shocker you are, man.
Yeah. So have you guys all had your jab?
I'm too young, but the rest of the panel have had theirs.
Oh, right.
Too young. Don't you listen to him, Andy? That's a shocker. You're telling lies to people. Unbelievable.
If you listen to him, Andy, he'll be sitting waiting to come out in sugar lump for him. You know what I mean?
Andy, I was that young. I said, give me a second jag to Bridgeman. Give me a jag.
I'm not taking it, mate. I'm not taking it.
Oh, take it, mate. You're better safe than sorry, mate. You're better
Aye?
safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay, since you told me, I'll take it. Okay.
Better safe than sorry. What do you think, Albert?
Oh, I definitely take it. It's magic. I've had it. It's good. It's really good. I enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next one.
It was the first day Albert had had in a year, wasn't it?
I got mine in a toilet, strange enough. You know what I mean, the guy heating something up in a spoon, so that was all right.
Oh my God!
He's saying everybody's paying 20 quid. Oh, there you go, mate.
For the wild bunch tonight, I'll tell you.
One Jagger 2, Albert.
Who's that?
One Jagger 2.
Oh, I'm going for 2 the next time, I'll tell you.
Everybody's reacted different to it, aren't they? Look at it, Grunt V. Lennon.
I know. He fell apart. He's like a boss ball, isn't he, man? He's deflated. It punctured him.
Me Neil.
Oh,
That's
man,
really funny, by the
classic,
way.
classic.
Oh, man, that's really funny.
Oh dear. So what's the score going to be on Sunday, Andy?
Mate, I'll set off for 1-0.
A bridge man. A bridge
Oh,
man.
Andy, I'm so proud of you, Andy. So proud of you.
Yeah. And Ryan Kent, that's my player, mate. Ryan Kent. Love them. Love that guy, man. Love that guy.
Are your pubs open normally, Andy?
The pubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just every day. The only thing we have to do is wear a mask on public transport or on a plane.
All right. What about the nightclubs? Do you wear a mask in there? Just for Big Stevie, I'm asking if in case we go to a nightclub.
Fucking nightclubs, I gave that up years ago, mate.
All right, I'm just looking at the flights to New Zealand.
Flights, I'm getting the bike out the cellar.
Oh, fucking hell. You guys crack me up.
Oh dear. Stevie, you up for it?
Yeah, I'm up for it. You know that, man. You know that. And we can go and visit Big Al while we're there and all, the main man.
He's just on the corner, isn't he? He's just on the corner.
Pamper gas. Is it the pamper gas spread?
Yeah, Fox has just messaged me. He says, I've just realised I was ahead of my time. All my birds wore masks.
Clever stuff.
Oh dear.
Really brilliant.
He's going to kill me.
Aye, but that time also there were Weight Watcher tools then, when it was Fox's time. That's what was happening.
Oh dear. He's going to kill me. I don't think I was meant to read that.
Nurse Gladys.
Andy, you've took the tone of this show really low, mate. Really low.
Hey, I'll probably be banned now, eh?
Nah, don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it. We'll take a 1-0 on Sunday and the whole world will be a lot rosier. All better.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, mate. I'll take any result. I'll take penalty kicks. As long as we win, I don't care how we do it, just as long as we do it. Any result does me. A bridge man. 4-0, 3-2, 6-5, I don't care.
It's the result that matters. Absolutely. It's the result that matters. I'm so looking forward to the game. So looking forward to it.
Oh, mate, so am I.
It's just a pity there's no fans. Seriously, just a pity there's no fans. Because this would be, what an atmosphere this would generate. Wow. Just wow.
Wow.
So many quiet using your tags.
What was that?
I said it's all went quiet and you let your jags kicked in.
or wearing off.
Oh dear. Andy's left is speechless. Where will you go and watch it, Andy? Where are you based? Remind us.
Me? Oh, I'm going to watch it at, hopefully at Aaron's. My mate Aaron, who belongs to Takapuna Football Club.
All right. Right, listen, mate, give all your mates a shout out and wish them all the best, and we'll get some more calls coming in, but great to hear from you, mate.
Yeah. Okay, all the best. See you, boys.
All right. Cheers, Andy,
right,
boy.
mate.
Oh, sir, I'll go as well and let people in, okay, mate? I just want up there.
But you know,
Yeah,
it's
like
no
you-
so dear to phone Drum Champ as New Zealand. That's how we are taking
Big Stevie, you looked a star on that video, by the way, I must admit. You looked a
by the
star.
way, Bridge, no problem. That was me on my way down to the bistro. Me and the wee man.
To the
I
bistro.
reckon that was your John Wayne walk.
I love it. I love it.
Aye.
Well,
Honestly,
it's not there
I'm
now. It's gone now. It's
absolutely proud as punch. Me and my boy walking down the Copeland Road. Brilliant. Proud as anything. Listen, troops, I'll let you go. Thanks for letting me on again, Ox. Brilliant show. And all bear, you calm down, man. I can only imagine what your house is like. The old firm's just about to kick off.
Oh, I'll tell you. It's like a Tasmanian devil in here, by the way, I'm telling you. There's couches thrown about the place and everything. Oh, I'll tell you. Starts up all nice, and then at the end of the game, there's a big heap of furniture in the middle of the floor.
Don't do that. We'll get George to come and get it.
Oh, no. We saw.
He's a furniture man. George VK, go in here and defend yourself.
Oh, B. George is brilliant, man. Looking for apples at Halloween in a frying pan. Unbelievable. He's nuts. Love him. Right, guys, I'm off scale now. Thanks for having me. I'll talk to you later on. Cheers. Keep
mate.
it.
Oh,
See
right,
you.
mate.
Bye, Stevie.
Bye-bye. Bye, Linda.
See you.
What a boy. What a boy. What a gentleman as well. What a bear. He hides it well. He does a lot of great stuff, the big man. A lot of great stuff. Where are we? Right, okay. We had the team. Albert's gave us his team. Linda's gave us her team. Bridgman's gave us her team. His team. I've gave my team. Albert, we had a question earlier on. Priorities. This has got to be the priority of this cup, innit? There's no if, buts, or maybes. The rest. But win the league undefeated. It's all right. We'd like to, but it's no the cup's the thing. Get that cup.
Oh, I mean, the priorities change as the season goes on and things are achieved or no achieved. It depends what it is. But at the moment, where we sit there now, League's won. Fantastic. League won well. Great. Played great football. Done really, really well. That's done. That's put to bed. League Cup we get put out of, so that was never a priority to start with. But it's always nice to get the treble. But it's gone. Now we go into the Scottish Cup. That's left. That is the priority. Then the unbeaten. So to me, if you don't do it that way, it's going to be revenue streams with me and Ox. It's really, I work with it. The way I look at the revenue streams, especially where we've been, we need to look at it. It's hard cold cash now. So winning things gets you more money. Doing well in things like the Europe, further you go, the deeper into the tournaments you go, more money. So that's why I prioritise. So if you go unbeaten, you don't get anything for it. Apart from plaudits, no, well done, and that's great, and smash, and then you'll get the usual haters. But he's never done this and he's never done that. Brigade, you know what I mean? One thing we won't do is put our goal numbers on our strips. I mean, that's so crass, it's unmentionable, you know what I mean? But the Scottish Cup is you get money for that. You win it and you get money, and it also tops your season off. So, Scottish Cup, absolutely, all focus, all maximum effort into the Scottish Cup. There.
That was a great point you made there about the revenue streams, because obviously if we go and win it, they've had pretty much a free run at that, and that's another revenue stream we're taking off them and we're getting. That's a great point, Linda.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously the Europa League is a far higher revenue stream, as Albert says. But yeah, it's just nice to end the season at Hampden, a cup final, and we'll all really look forward to it. We just need to get through Sunday first, but you'll never have a better opportunity. You don't want to look too far ahead, but the next round we would have a home tie as well, and then when you're at Hampden, you're just thinking you're one game away for the final. But it's been a long time since we dominated Scottish football, and I think you guys were saying that last night. If we could win this cup, it'll just set us up nicely even for going into next season as well, having done the double.
Bridgman?
Yeah, I was saying that a wee bit earlier. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm building up to this game. This is the biggest game of our season, without a shadow of a doubt. We've done fabulous up to now, and this game could actually put us at a spring forward, a real big spring forward, and we can look forward to going through. If we get past this mob, we'll break them. If we've not broken them now, we'll break them. If they don't beat us, they won't know what to do. Not that they know what to do now, they will not know what to do if they can't beat us. Because that's a whole season wasted for them. Absolute. Not that I care about them in any way, shape or form, but seriously, I just want us to pick the right team, and obviously we've all got maybe slightly different selections, but we'll not be far away then. And our manager's going to come in with an entirely different team in the park. So, no, I'm really looking forward to it. I just wish I was going there. It'd be just wonderful. Go to Warren Stadium, watch us beating that mob. Ow. I'll take a 1-0, as I said. Very happy.
Good point. Another deficit in their revenue, so dreaming hope for a possible nose all better.
That's it. Ain't it hurts him as strengthens us. It's as simple as that. I mean, they've been doing it for years to us. They knew. I mean, that fat Lywell knew that. Every success to them is a damage to us. Not just financially. They were taking it as, we're going to beat their records, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. That's what they were after all the time. I mean, they had their eye on most successful team and getting to 60 before we do, and that's what their eye was on all the time. Now it's they've kept quiet with we win this one, that's 5 Scottish Cups in a row we've won. No, I mean, their records never get spoke about till they've actually achieved them. Then it's a big thing. Then the Daily Rebel and all the rest of that scum will start shouting how wonderful it is. Our records, I mean, they've been on about us getting unbeaten since last November. so they're actually, it's like tempting other teams to go out and do something about this. But their records are so nice and quiet. So for us now, Scottish Cup, don't take their focus after the Scottish Cup. Is it 4 games to concluding the final and you've won the Scottish Cup?
We'll get 8
So
games
there you are.
Essentially this season, mate.
4 in the league, 4 in the cup.
And 3 of them will play this week in the next 7 days, So that's hopefully we play St Johnstone in the Cup next weekend,
Yep. Is it next weekend?
We play St Johnstone on Wednesday in the league, then we play them again in the Cup.
All right.
No?
So that's the way that always works, and you always seem to do that. Remember Kilmarnock would played them 7 times in the one season or something ridiculous. I mean, it's a stupid way to run football up here. Anyway, so we'll get back to the Scottish Cup. The Scottish Cup's everything. Do I see us doing it? Of course I see us doing it if we get ourselves sorted out. And I think Gerrard and the background boys will definitely get them sorted out. You can hear it for some of the players. They definitely know the importance of it. They definitely want to win it. You can hear it with them. They want to win it. They also want to go through the league undefeated. That's what they want to do. So that's good that they've recognised there's still work to do. But Sunday's performance was just a wee bit of concern. But they got the result, so I shouldn't be complaining too. Just that I get frustrated on Sunday. I really did, because I'm looking at it and going, we're back to this wasteful carry on. That was annoying me. I'm saying, you don't get away with this in football. You don't. If you keep being like this, you end up getting punished for it.
We nearly did, mate. We nearly did.
And you sit and go, you'd make complaints, by the way, if they'd have scored a second goal going like that. What happened there? Yeah. We brought it on ourselves. That's what happened there. But anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. I know I keep saying that. I keep harping back to it. But they've had their lesson. Let's say they've had their wake-up call. Take heed of it. That's what I'm saying. Take heed of that and show grit and determination on Sunday and get this job done on Sunday.
Wonder, do you think there's any chance that John McLaughlin could get the number 1 because he's played against Cove Rangers and he's played in the Cup? Do you think Gerrard would stick to that, or do you think no? I think
it's the number 1 goalie. It'll be Ox because of it might even just be down to the level of opposition. I know we don't like saying it, but they are the next sort of best team in the league. I think he'll go with McGregor, and it's also just because McGregor usually turns up in these games as well, doesn't he? And he can pull off big saves. And I'm not saying McLaughlin wouldn't be able to, but I just think that Alan McGregor is, he's the better goalie, and we want to give ourselves the best chance to get through. And for me, he's got to start on Sunday.
100%, Linda.
Yeah, I think most people would think like that, but you never know with Gerard Dolberg, do you?
No, I mean, with that McGregor, when he surprised you, it would surprise you, but then you scratch your head and go, that's what kind of things he does. But I'm with Linda there. I don't think he should do that. You've definitely got to go to your number one. But in fact, see, for next season, I know he signed a contract and Davis has signed a contract, but I'm going to be really, really disappointed next season if we see they two play the amount of games they've played this season. It's time for these other guys in the back to take these players' positions. It's time for them to step up. So these players shouldn't be playing them out. We shouldn't be relying on these two players the way we relied on them this season. Other players should be ready to step in now, and that includes McLaughlin, McCrory, whoever else. If we bring more players in, the boy Kelly, people like that. I don't know about Zunga staying. I don't think he'll stay, but if he does stay, people like him, and these players are going to step up and step in because it's their time now. So this might be McGregor saying to Gerard, look, I'm not going to have many Scottish Cups to play on. So if we get through this and get to the final, I want another medal. So for that point of view, McGregor might put pressure on him to say, I'm playing.
Maybe more chance of McLaughlin playing in the league games now.
Maybe even, mate. But I've got confidence in McLaughlin. Don't get me wrong. I don't think McLaughlin's a crap keeper. I think McLaughlin's a decent keeper. Is he as good as McGregor? Well, I don't think he's as good as McGregor, but he's a decent keeper. Whereas Foderingham, I never thought Foderingham was a good keeper. I never liked that boy.
Linda?
Yeah, I do think he should go with the number one goalkeeper, as I say, to get us through the game on Sunday. I was actually thinking about the forward line as well, and I don't know what you guys thought about Sunday, but I didn't think that Roofe and Morelos up front worked together. And I know Roofe is, one of our big signings, and he has missed a lot of games because of injury, but I didn't think that worked on Sunday. So I definitely am not expecting to see Roofe start. I don't know if you think that's an absolute given that he won't be in the starting team.
Oh, I wouldn't try and super guess or pre-guess our manager. It's just he's shocked me so many times. Roofe, I think Roofe's got an issue with the way we play. I don't know what you think, Bridge. The way we play is no perfect Kamar's game. I would say that he would be with somebody like, if you go back a few years, he'd be the foil for Hateley because he's a finisher.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
The way we play, and you've got to be good on the ball and ball passes and all that. Sometimes his technique, which is no brilliant, but he's a finisher, definitely a finisher. Even on Sunday, he did nothing really, didn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. And he sniffs around inside the box in front of goal, and he's he appears to be there whenever the ball's close by, So he's winning one of the goals that he scored for us, the long distance ones that he scored for us, have been all pretty close in. And he's proved how good he is against them. Hit the post and get me the goalkeeper, forcing the goalkeeper saves. And I think he's a smashing big player. And yeah, he'll be a brilliant foil for Vic Haley. Brilliant. Imagine they two played together. Oh wow.
That's just the system. Sometimes it's no ideal for certain players, and they've got to grow into it. And I just feel Roofe comes alive in the box all better. I don't know if he's the best outside the box, even though he scored that one.
I think 20 to 25 yards out facing the goal, I think he's a clever player, a really clever player. I don't think he's the best runner in the world. That's his problem. And our style of football requires you to do a bit of running, you know what I mean? Out of possession and in possession. So you don't need that. And I'm with Linda on Morelos and him. There's no chemistry there. There's just no chemistry between the two of them. Whereas Morelos, and believe it or not, Morelos' chemistry is better with Hadji and Aribo. He plays really well with they two. I don't even think he's got that much chemistry with Kent, but he has with Hadji and Aribo. And he's definitely not going up with Roofe. But I think Roofe's that type of player that he doesn't form partnerships. He just lives off things. He sees things. He moves into positions and to get the ball, but he sees where it's going and he's there. to meet it. No, I mean, he's that type of player. He can sniff it, as Bridge was saying, he can sniff it a chance. He really can. I like him with that, and he's a good finisher. I like him for that. Whether I like him in the system we're playing, I'm not too sure about that. I don't think he's got the legs for it.
All right, talking about chemistry, we've been joined with somebody that's as hot as a Bunsen burner. We're Alex. Who was Shaw? How we doing, Alex?
Good evening, Oaks here, Bridgeman, Linda, and all
Is there
there.
any truth in this description? You're hot as a Bunsen burner. Is that true?
Evening, Alex.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
pal.
I think that's a wee porky, that one, I think. Another great show.
What's a Bunsen burner?
I all lab at the school, the science.
Oh, I done domestic science.
Home economics he done. By the way, with the taste of these cakes, Linda never.
Well, the rock cakes.
Literally.
Bridge, he's a little your teeth.
Exactly.
No, I want to eat them. I just want to crimp them. On you go, Alex.
Well, firstly, Weedy Cott, I've got to agree with Albert about the UEFA thing. It's a total scandal. 100% right what he was saying there about it all. I've been watching a bit of that game the new year, and that team doesn't learn. They don't learn. They'll try every trick under it. Every trick is going to be given. That's Slavia Prague, and they should have been through right out the tournament. But anyway, they're getting to come up now anyway. So I totally agree there. About the Old Firm game now, I'm looking forward to it. But honestly, I believe this game maybe go to extra time. And I still think we'll win it. But I think it'll be an extra time. That's how close I think it's going to be.
Wow. Wonder. Nerves.
Yeah, I totally agree, Alex. It could go all the way. And we were just saying earlier on, as long as we get it through, even if it goes to penalties, it'll be quite nervy right enough. I just hope we get the job done, and I would really love just a comfortable 2-0 win with no dramas or anything, and just get us through, to the next round. But yeah, it could go all the way. I totally agree with you on that one.
Fridge.
Sorry, but I
Bridge.
was just speaking to my wife there, but sorry, what were you saying?
You've got to speak to once a day.
Oh, I know. It's, the blood's running all over the place now.
What have I
Just
told you
trying to
about?
mop it up.
What have I told you about answering her back?
Oh, she frightens me.
Oh, it's a schoolboy error, that one, Bridge.
She
Don't answer
frightens
back.
me. Oh, for God's sake. For God's sake. 53, you're unbelievable. Anyway, so I do apologise, Oxford. What were you saying, Pa?
Did they have hanging back then 53 years ago, did they?
Oh, yes, aye, well, absolutely. What was the last
Your
one?
wife younger than you then, Bridge? Your wife younger than you, 53 years?
Slightly.
Mrs. Bride was a child bride.
Child bride. That's what she, by the way, she said that to me. I was only young saying that. Aye, right. Got a barrel on for grab a granny.
She'll kill you, Bridge.
She will. She's not in the room at the moment, so keep my mouth shut. Keep my mouth shut.
Some Alex was asking about it could go to extra time, mate.
Yeah, well, that's a great point, and obviously the manager has to take that into account, and how he's going to manage the team through the game, and because the last thing you want to do is put all your subs on and then have no fresh people for extra time, so I hope it doesn't go that far. I hope we take care of them long before that. That's what I want. So that would make my day. Really make my day.
All right, I'll cut across you, Bridgeman. We've been joined by Amanda. Evening, Amanda.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Linda. Good evening, Bridgeman.
Good
evening,
evening.
Amanda.
How are we all?
Good, Amanda.
Wonderful.
You?
I am fine. I was just listening to you talking about the dancing there. I'll just tell you, it wasn't the Barrowland I went to, it was the Olympia dancing in East Kilbride. And it was usually the roller disco, was it?
The roller disco.
The roller disco on a Friday night. There was always a few casualties after a couple of vodkas. But I was listening to you talking about the game on Sunday. I don't want it to go to extra time or penalties. I just want a 2-0 win and get it through. I can't handle all the stressy penalty shootouts. What's that?
I don't think you'd be alone.
Oh, I know. I've not heard much of the show tonight because I took it down to my sister's for something. But what you were talking about the UEFA thing and that, I mean, that is a disgrace. But as they say, they're getting us comeuppance now, aren't they? But I think Sunday's game, I think the first half, it depends how Rangers come out, doesn't it? And then if we come out and we hit them full pelt, then I think they're in for problems. It might be tighter than we think, right enough. It might be, but we'll just need to survive, won't we? We'll just need to keep that fighting spirit going and keep going the way we've been going all season. You know what I mean? But as I say, we'll get there. So that's it. Nothing else to say, really.
Albert, and you come, mate.
I just think there, Linda, was that penalty kick as stressful as the last 10 minutes in the Olympia with hoping you get a lumber? Is it as stressful as that?
What a shocker!
For people like myself, you better explain what's a lumber.
It's a pain in your back in your lumbar region. For Bridgeman and old Oxshire, it's a pain in your back in your lumbar region. Or otherwise known as pulling a bird. Oh dear. But
that's a very loose description. Can you give us a wee bit more definition on it, please?
The medical term would be lumbaritis. It would be called, wouldn't it?
I must have had that for years.
Lumbaritis. Oh dear. I've not had that for a while either, but there you go. So I think the game on Sunday might be tight, but I think we'll get enough to keep this mob at bay. I think we have. I hope so anyway. I mean, even if we get to 1-0 at half-time and we're 1-up at half-time and then get another in the second half, that would do me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, do me.
Alex, that would do me.
Aye, Alex, that would do me 2-0. Oh, delighted.
Oh, but real delighted with that. Oh, I'm sure the Rangers will win. I just think it'll be a right tight game, Oxia. Really.
Mm.
Yeah. Depends how we play.
Were you a big fan of the roller disco, Alex?
Roller disco? Oh, aye.
Excuse me.
I don't know about the roller disco. I'm a big fan of the roll-ups. I don't know about the roller disco.
Do you mean you going to the...
What kind of roll-ups you're talking about, Alex?
Olympia. I was out at Olympia. The old Tom Hamilton, that, you know. Aye.
Aye. Oh, that was mental.
Good time.
And then the old Olympia Cinema. Oh, that was crazy. That's when you could smoke in the cinema. God, I'm surprised I never cancer before that. This amount of smoke that was going in that.
What were you doing over at Olympia? What did you go to Olympia for? Be honest now.
Sorry?
What did you go over to the Olympia for?
My brother used to stay over. I used to go and visit him.
Ah, you went for a visit?
Aye, visiting him. We'd end up there. Aye, his wife was there that way. Aye. That was like a family reunion.
I'm only teasing you.
Bridgeman used to go to the roller blades.
Everybody had one.
Oh, my sides are killing me. I must have just sat down and put the show on there. But no, East Kilbride's changed now. I mean, it's no the same as it used to be, but I suppose it's like any town centre, isn't it? But we used to have some laughed at the Olympia. My pal and I, when they built the new cinema in East Kilbride, went about 5 times to see Ghost. I think my pal would have hung about Patrick Swayze, but I certainly never. I just loved that film. But okay, as I say, good times. It's been a good season this year for Rangers all, and as I say, and I think
after that film, that's when you got the pottery wheel, wasn't it, Albert?
Oh, oh, because that wasn't in my head there. That's a tough story. Oh, anyway, I better go before I have a...
He made it to Ashtrays.
Blimey. How are you, Linda, anyway?
Yeah, I'm very well, Amanda. How's yourself?
Okay, I got a wee bit of news about my knee today, so I'm feeling a bit more positive about things. Seemingly, she's fast-tracking me up the list to get it done. So, hopefully, we're looking at 12 days of shielding and then I get it done. So, I'm hopeful I'm going to get it done. Well, I'm kind of thinking...
You might be fit for the cup final then, Linda.
Listen, if I was playing in the cup final, they're going to stand a chance. Oh, dear. Anyway, I better go before I need my 10 away day again. Anyway, have a good night, everybody.
Here's Amanda.
I'll see you later. Night all. Bye.
Bye.
Alec, when she stops being shy, she'll be a good caller, won't she?
Amazing. Oh, she's good. Good platter, isn't it? Good fun.
Oh, she's mad.
Oh, great fun.
Mad.
It's all good stuff. She's a Rangers diehard, that's the main thing.
Oh, she loves the Rangers, aye. She loves the Rangers. All bears away looking for that pottery wheel, I think.
Have fun it.
Oh dear, what a lassie, yeah. That Amanda, brilliant.
Maybe old bears away for one of his roll-ups there.
One of the Moroccan ones, mate.
Exactly.
Away for a lie down, I think.
4-0 now, by the way.
Did you use your team? Did you use your team for Sunday, Alec?
I'll give you the new then. Right. McGregor, Young Patterson, Golston, Hollander, Big Bonner. Midfield, I would have Stevie Davis. This might be a shock here. I'd play Scott Arfield and I would play... I'm thinking there. Kamara. I'd play Arfield in there. And up front, I would play Joe Aribo, Morelos and Kent. I'd play Arfield in it, middle of the midfield.
That was a shock to you, old Bill, wasn't it?
It's the exact same team as you've got. Exact same team as I've got.
Oh, is it? The thing I was swaying about there, what you call it, I wouldn't be surprised by it if they don't play Kamara. Seriously. I think they maybe just take him out.
I don't think so. The reason I don't think he'll take him, I don't think he's anybody to put in.
Now, what would your reason be for taking him out?
I just think, what you call it, that what's happened with the fella, and that might be wrong. Maybe I'm reading into it the wrong way.
Sympathy for that, yeah, great sympathy.
I'm maybe reading into it the wrong way, but I definitely think it's maybe this game. They maybe just change it and put Scott Arfield in there with Aribo, and up front, just put what you call it, Roof, and with Morelos and also Kent. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I hope I'm wrong, by the way, but got a funny feeling. And it's unfair because he's absolutely fantastic. But I don't know. I think he's just maybe lost his soul a wee bit. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. But
aye, well, we'll see. The manager, he usually comes away with a curveball at times, Linda.
Yeah, he does, and I think that's probably a good shout, actually, Alex. And and I don't think anybody would be overly surprised because he must have went through absolute hell the last few weeks, Kamara. And Sunday it was difficult to see whether he just didn't have as good a game like some of them, or whether it's this whole situation that affects him. But possibly you might be right. And I was also thinking that that there's a chance that he might throw the boy right in up front. But I don't know. Albert was saying earlier it's maybe too soon for him to start a game like that. But a forward line of Wright, Morelos and Kent would certainly have a go at them.
Yeah. But also, there's the other thing, if Wright comes on against a Tyrone defence with half an hour to go.
Yeah, make an impact. Yeah.
Aye, big chance of making an impact. You know, we're talking about people that scored on their Old Firm debuts. Alec, you name any?
Old Firm debuts.
Aye. There's quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Alec, I'm going to work tomorrow.
Right. McCoist.
Well done, mate, well done. Albert, any?
Tern.
Good one, good shout.
Tern.
No, I think he'd played before that at Parkhead, mate.
I thought he only played once against them.
I'll check that out for you, but mate, just for you. But we'll hold that one in abeyance. We'll go to Bridgeman. Any?
Well, I'd said earlier, there's a couple I said earlier, like Torrey Andre Flo.
Yes.
Derek Johnson.
Yes.
Drinkle.
Kevin Drinkle, yeah.
Oh, yes. Who said that?
Albert. Albert said that.
Yeah. All right, that's a good shout.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Linda.
Yeah, I think we had Arteta, didn't we? We said, and Michael Moles, because he'd been injured, Ox, didn't he? And then when he came back from the injury, that was the first time he'd played against Celtic.
See, Jonas Tern played 31 games for us. I must have missed him. I can't remember. I thought he played a handful.
No, he's a player, smashing signing for us.
Oh, mate, it was the top draw. We're just unlucky there, mate.
Yeah, wrong time.
What about the two Russians as well? What about the two Russians? Kuznetsov and Mikhailchenkov. Or the Ukrainians.
I don't think it was their debuts who scored in.
Both of them scored at Parkhead, didn't they?
Aye.
Did Big Alberts not do it?
No, he played, believe it or not, Jonas Tern that season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The season he was with us, played against Celtic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, mate.
Good grief.
I know, but he played in the 1-0 win. Let me just see if he was sub or not. Did he come on as sub or did he play? No, he played when Richard Gough scored the winner. Jonas Tern was playing. And then he was playing. But it was a good shout, Albert. And then he played a 1-1 draw at their place. And then he played when we lost 2-0 on New Year's Day. And he was also playing in the Scottish Cup semi-final the week before he scored that goal. Yeah?
I wouldn't have put money on that, I'll tell you. The old 8 times.
There you go. So you were right.
What about Bo Anderson? What about that Bo Anderson?
I'll check that out, mate. That's a
that was all for me in the New Year game. New Year game at night. He scored 2 goals.
Aye. What about Nigel Spackman?
Aye.
What about Mo Johnson?
You really liked that, Michael Spackman, didn't you?
I thought he was a good player, mate.
Good player, aye. What about
Colin Steen?
Don't know if he scored in his debut against him. After he's a myth, big Colin. After the first 3 games, he was rubbish.
You sound like Willie Johnson there, by the way.
8 goals, yeah.
Wee bud.
Who am I checking out here? Who was I checking out?
You were checking out Bo Anderson.
Big Bo. Plummer's
what
mate.
About aye. What about Michael Arteta?
Aye, he scored in his debut, aye. So did Ronald De Boer, same game.
Aye, there you go.
What about Ekiog?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, good one. Hitchkick.
What position do you play, Hitchkick?
Hitchkick, aye.
Big Eggy Hitchkick.
How did you spell Bo Anderson? As it sounds.
Aye, Bo. Aye, just Bo is B-O, then Anderson. Derek Bo Anderson, his name was.
Eric Bo, innit? Eric Bo.
Aye, Eric Bo.
Eric
Anderson. Bo, aye.
No, he must be under the age then. The Bo must be a middle bit. Can you tie a bow, Alec?
Aye.
Just asking. Right, okay. Stan Anderson, Eric Bo Anderson. Right, 34 games he played for us. 18 goals, not bad, eh? Not bad.
It's not bad.
Right, where were we?
Does he not still hold the record for goal returns per game for us?
Oh, Jim Forrest, mate. Jim Forrest.
But he's what? Many goals did he score? Bo Anderson.
It's 18 goals in 34 games. Right, he made his debut in 96.
Aye.
No Celtic games there. Come on, hurry up, update. Right. I'll come in a second. I'll find that one out. But there's quite a few scored in my debut. McCoy, Derek Johnson, eh?
Aye, there is.
Did you check Linders or Ekiov?
I think I know he did, mate.
My mind's wasted. Did Rickson no score in his debut?
Rickson got a hook after 20 minutes, mate.
Right, that's right, Dad, that's right. I knew there was something said down there about him. Advocat pulled him off. He was losing a nut. I remember that now.
What about Alec Cleland, Oxford?
When he scored, when we beat them 2-0 at Parkhead, when Gaza scored.
Aye, the header, aye.
Aye, the header. For the cross for, what was his name? Salenko, the Russian. Right. Bo Anderson. This one is debut, let me see. 97. No, he played against them in 97.
Oh, did he?
In March. Wait a minute. What's that? Aye, wait a minute. Aye, you might be right. Was his debut?
There you go. Well, that was Alec who said that. Well done, Alec.
Against them, aye. Aye, give you up on Alec.
Sorry?
Good shout, boy. Good shout, Eric Bo Anderson.
Aye. Aye, so here's hope. Sunday, yeah. But we play, well, definitely, we'll get there. I hope we do it in 90 minutes, but we'll take it anyway, as long as we're in the next round of the cup, eh?
Yeah. Can I just say that, just to remember everybody, it was, believe it or not, it's hard to believe, 32 years ago the day that 96 people were lost Liverpool supporters who went into the game and never returned because of a tragic accident. I think all Rangers fans can relate to that. So all our thoughts and prayers and wishes go to the 96 family and friends, because we know what that's like. Well, Bridgeman, we've reached that time of the evening. Mucker.
Oh my goodness. You're joking. What a night, by the way.
I'll go to Linda first. You hold your breath. We'll go to Linda first. Go on you go, Linda.
Oh, great show, Ox. Thanks for having us on. Brilliant being on. Great banter, and obviously some serious subjects as well. But yeah, absolutely love being on the show. Thanks for having us on. Thanks for everything.
No, not at all. Not at all. What about you, Bridge?
Oh, what can I say about it? Again, I just echo what Linda was saying there. As far as I'm concerned, it's a great show tonight. Really, really good. Albert was brilliant. Some of his input was great. Hilarious stuff. I thought I really enjoyed it. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, please keep it going for the Rangers, and don't forget Glenn Kamara. Keep it going.
Thanks to Alec and Albert. Always great to hear from the two of them. Of course, Linda. And who else was this? Who else was on there? Linda. No, Linda. Amanda and Big Stevie joined us, and of course Andy, all the way from New Zealand. Great to hear from you, Andy. I think you stole the show tonight along with Albert. But thanks to London and Bridge for joining us in the panel. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. And if he's not caught too much sun, we'll be joined tomorrow night with the one and only JFK between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School.
Another fantastic show, Oxford. Thank you.
Cheers, Alex. Cheers, mate.
See them march on, marching on through the years of history. Let's held on high, for the jersey they will do or die. Fight for time. hear the boys